Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is your boy Knight, and today we are going to be taking a look at possibly the most popular archetype in fighting games, the Rushdown character. And in all fairness, this shouldn't be too long of a video because it's about as simple as it looks, to be honest. Rushdown as a playstyle is about getting close to your opponent and, well, hitting them with a lot of buttons repeatedly until they just lose the game. Rushdowns have fast attacks, fast move speed, and it's kind of the opposite of zoning in a way. Zoners want to be on the other side of the screen. Rushdowns want to be glued to your face pretty much for the entire match. Some of the core things that you'll probably find in Rushdown characters, they normally have pretty fast walk speeds and dash speeds. They have a lot of moves for approaching, like dive kicks, dashes, slides, etc. They're normally pretty hard to anti-air and have the threat of jumping in on you, and they also get a lot of plus frames on their attacks, which for some of you newer players, that pretty much just means if you're hitting your opponent and they're blocking it, it's giving you an advantage. Think about it like that. You might also think that Rushdown means it's the characters that do the most damage, and you'd kind of be surprised about that. Well, some Rushdown characters do a lot of damage. Most Rushdown characters actually do little damage, but they're just really good at hitting you, so it adds up very, very quickly. The main thing they're trying to do is get in and make you guess. They're going to make you guess high-low. They're going to make you guess if it's an overhead. They're going to make you guess if they're going to go for a grab. They're going to hit you with a bunch of plus frames. And as a newer player that doesn't really know how to take your turn correctly, which I mean pretty much when to hit a button, it can feel impossible. They're going to get you in a corner and you're going to feel like you just can't do anything. And this is what happens to a lot of new players. They go against some guy playing a Rushdown character and they're just like, what is the point of me touching my controller? I literally can't do anything. And I think I really should make a point on how to play against them, since that is what most new players struggle with. They normally are pretty decent to pick up Rushdown characters, but when it comes to playing against them, it can be a little more difficult. So don't worry if you've been locked in a corner for a couple games. I'll eventually make a video on how to block better, but just know that there's only a certain amount of time they can hit you for. Eventually, it will be time to take your turn, and just learning the moment when is very important. But pretty much all we've covered right now is that Rushdown characters like to, well, rush you down. What's a bit more practical examples? Well, that kind of greatly varies from character to character, but we can give you a couple examples. I think the best example I can think of right now is Striker from DNF Duel, so that's what you're seeing right now. And as I mentioned before, high walk speed is very important on a Rushdown character. It can get you in and out, open up some good opportunities to get shimmies. It can get you in grab range quickly. High walk speed and high run speed is very oppressive when used correctly, and mobility and positioning in general is a lot of what makes a good fighting game player, surprisingly. And of course, they have combos and mix-ups. Rushdown characters, if you want to learn a Rushdown character, get ready to spend some time in training mode, learning some combos, learning some block strings. These are the characters that you need to know a little bit of what you're doing to get the other guy stuck in the corner instead of you, and especially how to play against people that want to keep you out. There's characters like zoners that want you to be as far away from them as possible, so you're going to have to learn how to get in through projectiles. And then there's other characters like grapplers who love when you get close. Yeah, sure, come rush me down. I'll just hit you with a big grab, and you kind of got to learn how to play against that in a way to poke a bunch and then get out and do short bursts instead of staying in their face for long periods of time. Stuff like that is mostly learned through practice, but those are things that you're going to have to learn if you want to be a Rushdown player, because believe it or not, mindlessly mashing your face in, at least on most characters, doesn't always yield the best result. As you can see here, I'm on Striker, and you can see a lot of these things. She has the fast move speed, she has the combo extensions, she has the dive kicks. Stuff like that is all what you're looking for and pretty telltale signs of Rushdown characters. But just in case you're looking for a bit more specifics on who to play, let me go through some of the more popular Rushdown characters in some of the fighting games that you may be interested in. In Street Fighter, Juri and Ken has got you covered. In Mortal Kombat, Johnny Cage and Kung Lao will definitely do the trick. In Guilty Gear Strive, I'd say Gio and Ino are probably the easiest ones to get the hang of. Blaze Blue, Makoto, and if you're feeling up for Carpal Tunnel, Naoto are great choices. In Under Night, you can kind of just pick any character and play them as a Rushdown, but I guess Carmine would be probably the closest to generic Rushdown, although he does have a bit of some specialties to him. In Granblue Blue Fantasy, Charlotta and Lancelot are about as Rushdown as it gets. DNF Duel, same thing. Striker is pretty much Rushdown incarnate. In Skullgirls, both Philia and Annie got you 100% covered. In Dragon Ball FighterZ, something like Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta or Kid Gohan definitely got you covered there. And Tekken is kind of a weird one when talking about Rushdown, but I guess Dragunov Azucena is pretty close. I don't know, Tekken is an oddball, but those should be the characters that I think if you want the Rushdown archetype, pick those, and I think you'll find at least one of them to be quite the blast to play and definitely good to get you started getting your opponent locked in the corner. But yeah, that's all for me. I told you the explanation wouldn't really be that long. You mean they get in, they do damage, they win the game. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that'll be all for me. If you guys have anything else that you'd like me to explain fighting game related, please leave a comment below. And if you can, you know, help your boy out with the sub and the like button, that'd be very nice of you. But other than that, have a good night, my friends.